Hi, Happy New Year. I hope you had a good break. Thanks for joining me today. I want to talk to you today about something really that was a follow on from 2025, really one of the most popular lectures that I gave, and that was around innovation. And what I want to talk to you today is around the cultural transitional aspect. So, what what happens when you start to transition? And really, it's about the posture we adopt as an organization. So we typically, traditionally, if you will, live in a directive. We adopt a directive posture, and that is it's about top-down authority. It's very much a permissions-based culture. We try and avoid risk, um, and we try not only do we try and avoid failure when issues go wrong, we don't even bother often trying to learn from it. And that's where most organizations typically start. And they need to go on a journey towards a more adaptive culture. But really, the next posture they're going to adopt is a transitional one, a transitional posture. And that is really when we start to let go of the top down hierarchy, we go through an element of handing authority off, um, and that can cause a little bit of confusion. We need to go through an element of controlled experimentation where we start to think, okay, we're going to try this, we're going to try that, and we're going to take a little bit of risk, but we're still going to be very cautious with it. Um, we're not completely resistant, but we're not open to the idea of failing. And we tolerate it, if you will. Um, and we start this idea that we want to start to learn. And eventually, if we make it through that phase, we then start as an organization. We become adaptive. We've gone from this directive top-down hierarchy through this transitional phase, and we're now taking an adoptive posture. Um, and what happens here is that we then start to share the authority within the organization. um Risk, we're still nervous about risk, but risk becomes managed. We start to understand, we start to think of risk as something that we can mitigate, we can remediate, we can anticipate, or we can just accept it. So we accept risk as part of our day-to-day operation. We see failure or divergence from the original goal as an opportunity to learn. And this is really important. And it's accepting that risk and failure are an everyday part of life. And so it's a slow culture. To go from directive through this transitional and to eventually end up with an adaptive posture, it doesn't happen overnight. There will be passive resistors that you may even find that you get the odd active resistor, but with time you will get there. But it's accepting that we don't go straight from a directive to an adaptive posture, but that we have this interim step. So when you're going on your journey, please bear in mind that you want to change your attitude towards risk. You want to change your appetite for risk. You want to start looking for learning opportunities and then start applying them. Anyway, this is a very quick video. If you've got any questions at all, please give me a shout. Otherwise, I'm going to wish you a great day. You take care. Bye.